What are these and when should you use them? What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel where we chat everything photography. I'm so sorry it's been so long since my last video. I've really been diving into and focusing on short form content here on YouTube, and it's been working really well for me. But I promise I'm going to get back into posting more regularly here on the channel. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Lens hoods, what are they for? Well, first off, there are two primary functions that these lens hoods have. So let's dive into the first one. Okay, so you know when you're outside and it's like really bright and you go like this to shield your eyes from the sun? That's what this hood does. Basically, it's going to shield your lens from an external light source. So what does this do exactly? Is it going to make your photo darker? Not exactly. Basically, what it's going to do is it's going to prevent any unwanted light from crossing over in front of your lens, causing like lens flares or that washed out low contrast look. So if you don't want that look in your photos, that's when you're going to want to use a lens hood. But I think a lot of the time those lens flares actually add a lot to your photo. Take these shots, for example. I didn't have a lens hood and I was actually using the external light source. In this scenario, it's the sun, to create this awesome unique and creative lens flare look, which I think adds a lot to the photo. So maybe you're at a photo shoot and you forgot your lens hood, or you're taking a shot and you want to try with the lens flare, without the lens flare, but you don't want to constantly take this thing on and off. A way around that is to simply take your shot, throw your hand up here to block the light from entering the lens, and it works basically the exact same way. The other function the lens hood has, and honestly, I find it a very helpful and useful one, especially if you're indoors or if there's lots of people around, it's going to protect your lens. If you accidentally bump your lens into something, or God forbid you drop your camera, it's going to prevent your glass or your lens from taking any damage. Now, some people, to protect their lenses, are going to use something like this. This is a clear glass lens protector. Basically, there's no effect it has. It's just clear glass and it fits on the front of your lens. And if this guy gets scratched or damaged, no big deal. These are super cheap. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you that this has no effect on your photo or your lens quality. It does. Simply put, anything you put in front of your lens will have an effect on your photo. And you're putting cheap glass in front of really expensive glass, so it's going to have an effect. Maybe not a super noticeable one, but you're spending a lot of money on your lenses to get a very specific cut of glass. Well, why would you want to put this in front of it? It basically comes down to how you want to protect your lens. Are you using the lens hood? Are you going to throw one of these guys on to protect it? Or are you going to shoot unprotected? And another question I hear all the time is, which hood do I choose? What's the difference? Some of these hoods are, you know, perfectly symmetrical all around, whereas other hoods have kind of this wavy pattern to them. Which one do you use? And the honest truth is they all work exactly the same. Every lens is going to have a lens cap specifically for that lens, but they all serve the exact same purpose. You'll find the telephoto lenses are going to have more of this symmetrical, just round shape to them. And the more wide angle are going to have kind of this wavy length. And they're like that because they're designed to fulfill the purpose that they're made for without getting in the way of your shot. So if you're shooting with a lens hood and you're finding in your photos, you're actually seeing some of the lens hood in the final product, just make sure it's all the way on, because if it's not, you know, they're designed specifically for that lens. And if they're not on properly, you're probably going to see them in the photo. And with that, here's last week's video. I hope to see you guys next time. And until then, happy shooting.